I wonder if if what we're seeing is really the first wave of of a generation or generations, the first wave of generations that were raised without a father or a man being a primary figure in a young man's life. Um, probably our generation was the first kind of wave of generation of males that again didn't have a that were raised primarily by by females, by women. And so as I think about it, I just wonder if this is what we're seeing in terms of in terms of men acting out, males. I'm not even going to say men, males acting out um, in very dangerous and violent ways in our culture and our society, largely towards culture, towards society at large, and just randomly.
And so most young men feel like the world is against them. Most young men feel like being themselves, being masculine, being a man is wrong somehow. And so, of course, they look at the world as the enemy. So they look at society as the enemy because they don't have a healthy representation of masculinity. And then all the representations they do see are, Homer Simpson and the bumbling father, and the women are the strong ones and the men are just idiots. And so they're trained to feel like their natural masculinity is unnatural. They're trained to feel like the world is actually against them and that they don't have a part to play or a place to be in the world. And so, of course, if you don't have an experience of healthy masculinity, you don't have an example of a healthy father in your life, you're going to feel like the world is against you.
But men respect violence. I mean, men respect violence so much that we value peace, and we know that violence is. And I'm talking men. We know that violence is not the end all be all answer, um, because there's a danger. I don't know that the feminine reasoning or logic really respects the idea of violence as much as men do. And so when we act outside of the respect for violence, then maybe we are acting outside of masculinity. Maybe we are acting outside of manhood, where violence is not the answer. We normally don't go picking fights with a whole lot of people, because we know the end result could be very dangerous.